Hi guys, it's TripleC. Then this is my ASUS Zenwatch 2. And obviously you can see the screen is cracked. This watch has been with me for the past 5 years. And yeah, it's a tough little thing. It's been with me, it's been banging around different doors and ledges or what have you. And yeah, it never breaks. And finally, my backpack caught on my wrist and ripped it off, dropping onto the concrete ground, and broke out the screen. And I guess that would be the end of the era. This watch looks very elegant the whole time. Really love this, but it does have some downfalls. For example, every other day you will have to charge the battery. The battery really only lasts about a day and a half or 2 days with the light use. And if you can see from the back, because of the sweat and all that stuff, the back is pretty much in bad shape, and half the time it doesn't really charge. You have to clean up the contacts every time to charge, so it is kind of a pain. But yeah, it's been with me for a long time. Love this one, but the screen's cracked. Ain't gonna fix it, even though the touch still works. But you know, that's that for this one. So I had to get a replacement. This is Realme Watch 2 Pro. It is a mid-range smartwatch that you can buy from Realme. Let's see, take a look at the box. There's not much going on. Some spec stuff in the back. That's it. Yeah, let's just get to unboxing first. So everybody's getting the smartwatch for different purpose. For me, it's about the notification, able to turn my phone to mute, and then yeah, just generally good looking watch. So to me, I have to say I love the square watch because I always associate digital watch with square shape. Even from the early days of Casios to now smartwatch, I think smartwatch look good square. It doesn't look exactly nice with a round, even though the round watch looks nice, but for smartwatch, I still think the square look is better. So for the Realme, it looks a little chunky. It's pretty thick actually. It's a lot like the ASUS watch in thickness, but that's okay. I like thick watches. They look nice and armed. You can actually notice it there. Compared to those Xiaomi watch or those sporty watch, they're more of a gadget to help you exercise, but smartwatch should look like a watch. That's how I see it. But everybody gets those watch for different purpose. So for this one, you might get it for the like what I do, as a watch or as a notification device. But this watch comes with so many sport related functions or health related functions. For example, it can detect your heart rate, can tell your heart rate in real time, which is really nice. You can also do your blood oxygen level, which is kind of a thing nowadays. But you know, this is not a medical device. Everything that it does is really just for reference. So keep that in mind. It's still nice to have to get a reference at best of your blood oxygen level. If it's weird about where you should be worried about it, then you probably don't have to worry about it. Like right now, they say 99%, which is good. Normal people will go anywhere between 95 to 100, stuff like that. There's a sleep monitor, which I don't use. I generally take my watch off when you sleep. And then there's an exercise mode, which will go outside because this watch supports GPS. It's sunny out for now, but not for long. It's gonna be a thunderstorm this afternoon, so I don't got much time. We're going to test out the GPS and the exercise mode. Oh, I only got one hand for this, so bear with me. It's got a few different configurations: running, walking, bicycle, and various other things. Various other things like yoga and things. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna do some biking, and we'll see how well that GPS works. Right now, you can see at the button it's trying to connect to GPS. Well, I guess I got a roof over here. You know what? One way to do it is to just start, and if it finds GPS, we'll know. Okay, so I have Kim down here where it's not, where the sky is exposed. I have found GPS, so let's begin. Alright, let's go for a bike ride. Alright, here we go. Well, the GPS, it's not a very strong GPS, but if you come out to exercise, say at the park, some schoolyard, running tracks, or like this, things that open area. Here in Taiwan, Taipei, we have the riverside. Then you should get the GPS signal easily. Alright, so I'll just go around before it rings, and then I'll see how well it works. Alright, so I'm back to where I started. Now the gesture doesn't turn on the screen anymore. You have to push that button on the side, the power switch. You ask you to stop or continue. Are you sure you want to stop? Alright. So it stopped. So I'm going to sync it to the phone. Actually, I'm gonna wait till I get back and sync it to the phone, because I haven't got a second camera on me to show you what that look like. So I'm just gonna get home first and show you about the exercise bit of it. Well, the rain cloud certainly is coming. Better get home soon. Okay, so now I have one of the data, and this is what the GPS got, which is pretty accurate actually. That's exactly where I went. Okay, so you got, here's 1.59 miles, that's the distance. Here, how much calorie that it took. That's it. Well, lots of sweat, but that's it. Here's the average speed. But there's other stuff that I have tried before. Here's one for walking. That's relatively accurate too for GPS. And then here's some information. Here's how many steps, average heart rate, stuff like that. So yeah, it's useful. How accurate? I guess it really depends. I don't do these kind of exercises. It's really hard for me to understand exactly, but yeah, there's that. Okay, so let's take a look at the app. The app is called Realme Link, and from the original user manual, it's telling me to go scan this and then go download Realme Link. However, that's not actually bringing me to Realme Link. This thing that I scanned actually brought me to some kind of a store, Realme store, and then you'll find Realme Link there. I don't think it's necessary. What you really need to do is just find the Realme Link app. The Realme Link app is for this watch, so that's what matters. So in Realme app, you just connect to your watch. It's a step-by-step thing, so just follow the steps, you'll be okay. Now, the watch itself I should say the advertising promises 2 weeks of battery usage, and then since I charged this watch up, it's been 6 days, and then my battery is still 66% left. So I think for normal use, because I have done some exercise as well with the GPS function on. So if with normal use, I think over 2 weeks, it's entirely possible. But more realistically, 1 week of usage or just over 1 week, week and a half, it's totally reasonable with this watch. So you don't have to charge it all the time, which is really good, but not as good as some of the other smartwatch that's in the market. Once you log in, it will try to download information from your watch. So it syncs with the watch first. I like that because if it syncs with your watch, it downloads new information. That means it's function normally between the watch and your smartphone before you do anything else in the app. I like that. It's like a checkpoint. There are, of course, watch faces that you can download. There are quite a bit of them. I don't know if there are customizations for this, but from what they have to offer, there are fair amounts of them. I personally like the efficiency ones. The efficiency ones have pretty bright and clear numbers on them, and the information that's required or you like on them, smartwatch functions, which is good. Classic is pretty cool too. I like the digital one there. So here it tells you your daily exercise, how much calories that's being used, how many steps you have taken today, stuff like that, how much time you spend for exercise. And then there are other cards, they call it the cards here, where here's some sleeping thing, which I didn't wear to sleep. Yeah, here's some data. So this is what the data look like. I didn't actually sleep with it, but you get some sleep here. There's a REM sleep time. There is some light sleep time, and how much time that you are awake. Now, here are the times that you have done the blood oxygen thing. It'll be on the record if you do it. This one's manual. It doesn't test periodically for you. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now the heart rate, this is last week's data. There are certain checkpoints. Yeah, so heart rate, average heart rate, the fastest heart rate, the slowest heart rate that he detected. But then again, this is not a medical device, this watch, right? That's very important because a lot of people buy the device because of what the device promises. They think it is what it is, but really there is a difference between a healthcare thing versus a medical device, all right? So yeah, so there's the exercise mode. You will do a record of your exercise, and then you can do alarm. You can take a look at the weather, and there's the stopwatch to use. There is a countdown timer, which is good. And let's stop it. All right. And then it controls the music on your phone. What else does it have? You can take picture on your phone with the Bluetooth connectivity. This is it says meditation. I don't do meditation. So, but it's got different modes. You can look for your phone. So find my phone functions there. Realme Link. That's the Android app that to sync the phone with. And it's got its own settings. There isn't too much in the settings. It's just the watch face, their brightness, things like that, notification, etc. The notification function is pretty nice. You get this little green dot on the top, tells you there are some messages. And then you go in there, because of the screen, it's 1.75 inch. So you can actually have quite a bit of text in it, which is nice. It supports just about everything. I see notifications from my email. Here you see that's Facebook message. There is Line. And yeah, just about everything there is. So that's primarily what I need this watch for. But however, there is one issue. The vibration on this watch, it's not very good. I cannot feel the vibration on my arm. And just let me demonstrate that for you. So I have here a piece of plastic. This is something I got out of a box. So here's a nice surface. We're going to put the watch on the surface, and then we're gonna send it some messages, make some code to it. And just so you see what I mean by the vibration is not so good. Well, as you can see, it vibrates pretty good, but you cannot feel it because the bottom bit seems to be separated from the top part. When I move it to sideways, touching the surface of this piece of plastic, you can feel it vibrate fine, you can hear it. But when I was just laying it on top, you cannot feel this bottom piece vibrate very much. So that's kind of a problem. I mean, you want it to be able to vibrate so you feel it to see the notification, but it kind of failed on doing that. So that is one of the disadvantage of this watch. Hopefully it's just this one, but it seems to be in good shape. I don't think it's just this one. The vibrating motor must be in the body itself, and then the separation between the main body and the part that touches the screen surface probably didn't translate that vibration too well. But then don't worry about it. I mean, if you get used to it, you will still kind of notice that it vibrates. Not so much, but you kind of notice it. In many occasions, you hear it. If that's very important to you, now you know that I bought this one. I know it, so you don't have to. If that's very important to you, but it is very important to me too. But then, guess I'm not gonna return it just for that. I'm going to be using it because I do like the way it is. So, just had to adapt. Overall, the Realme Watch is not so bad. This is not a budget watch, but this is not a high price watch either. There isn't all that much smartwatch out there for you to choose from. There's really only just few of them. That's a full-on smartwatch. A lot of them are sports related. A lot of them are healthcare related. Type of gadget device, wristbands they might call it, but no doubt it is a watch. But as for smartwatch, there's really only a few options unless if you want to go into the non-branded kind of options. There might be more, but for a branded one, Realme Watch 2 Pro, it's not so bad, but it does miss a few marks on the very fundamentals of smartwatch. I mean, one of the main purpose of smartwatch is notifications. When people call, it will vibrate, shows you the number, stuff like that. When people send messages, you will receive it on your watch. The most fundamental function of a watch is tell time. Smartwatch connected to your phone, the main function of it, other than changing watch faces, I guess that's not really the main function, but it's to receive notifications. And as demonstrated earlier, it doesn't really vibrate right. My skin cannot feel that vibration very well at all, maybe sometimes, and that itself is not very good because then I don't get those notifications until I look at the screen. But it's something I can adapt, so I will keep the watch and probably still going to like it anyway, because the battery life is really good. Solid over a week kind of battery. You really only need to charge once every week or every 2 weeks if it's just for regular use, it seems. Good confidence that you'll actually last 2 weeks of battery, but you want to be safer, then over a week, no problem, which is a lot better than Wear OS from back in the day, like my ASUS Zenwatch 2. And ASUS Zenwatch 2 is really the product of that era where the battery life generally really only lasts a couple of days or so. So there are still advantage of the Realme Watch 2 Pro. So anyway, this is an overview of the Realme Watch 2 Pro. Maybe not very in-depth in terms of all the sports functions, but at least hopefully those demonstrations you can see what they look like to use as an everyday thing, what it's like to use them without going too much in depth on the technical stuff, because I don't regularly do those exercise that much. So that's as far as I can test it out and understand them, and hopefully that's useful for you. And that'll be all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.